Hi everyone. Today we are going to discuss about a stock called Tata Consumers and its price movement. Now normally there are many traders who keep saying that whenever there is a gap up or a gap down in the market, it's so very difficult to trade or really difficult to understand the market movement, which direction it is heading towards. Most traders experience confusion. Confusion leads to more minus in trading. This you already know. So I have picked up this Tata Consumers stock. It is because on 24th of April, the price of this stock opened with almost more than 5% gap down. Now I always keep saying, see, whenever there is a major movement in the market, before any major movement, there is always a preparation. And we dynamic members, what we do here is we follow dynamic live, dynamic system. The benefit of following these two is when the market is preparing for a major movement, these two identify that and it already gives us information that something big is about to happen. So let us see in this particular stock, Tata Consumers, how Dynamic Live prepared us, what was happening in the market movement before the gap down. So I always keep saying, see, before any trade that we do, before we get into any trade, first we try to understand what is happening in the price of this particular stock. So when we go look at Dynamic Live, what was happening is on 22nd of April, the price of the stock was increasing. First of all, it had actually come down, reached a dynamic caution from where it started increasing. And when it was increasing, intra-week long signal gave us a buy. It said buy long act now. Now when it gave a buy, it was at around 10:55 in the morning on 22nd. And by then the price was at 1161.3. Now this is the price in the equity segment of the stock. Now looking at this, we go trade in futures or in options. This I have told you already. Alright. So the buy was initiated. We would have bought it at this particular price. After we bought, the price started increasing. And it went up to a high of almost 1177. And when it was making this high, in Dynamic Live, there came few signals. Okay, we call them as dynamic system caution. So when these signals appeared at the top, we knew that this is the place from where the price can take a turn. Alright, and the strength of this signal was already C1 and C5. So the strength was piling up. So if there is a down movement, we knew that there is going to be a good downward movement. But then even when the signal has come at the top, now those of us who have already bought, if anyone has bought a call option, at this top we will secure the profits. If anyone had bought a call option initially, and when the price went up and when the signal appeared at the top, there is a place where we would have secured the profit actually. But then in order to exit and take a opposite trade, to take a short position, we waited for a signal. We waited for a sell signal as a confirmation. Now as we waited, on 23rd of April, the price as expected started coming down. By 10:40 in the morning, ID1 long signal gave us a sell. Normally when we get a dynamic system caution signal at the top, we go look at this ID1 and it gave a sell signal and the price was at 1158.45. Now at this point what we will do here is we will exit the long position and take a short position in futures. In options we will exit the call option and buy a put option. Okay. Now once we took a short position, the price actually came down. It came down till 1152. But this is a place where something interesting started happening. You know what? In this process, when it started coming down, even the ID3 speed signal gave a sell, and both these sells were very clear sells, so we had no doubt in holding the short position. But as we were holding, from 1152, the price started increasing. Alright. Now when the price starts increasing, we normally don't panic. When we are following Dynamic Live, we don't get into any kind of confusion or panic, because if it goes up, we wait for a particular signal and then only we exit and reverse the trade. Okay, so we were waiting. As we waited, at around 2:30 in the afternoon, ID3 speed signal confirms a buy. Now normally anyone who is looking only at the buy and sell signal, many people outside the dynamic family, when they look at dynamic live, they only look at the signals, the buy signal, sell signal. They try to prejudge about this dynamic live that it is only about the buy and sell signal, or many people ask us for a trial of this particular dynamic live just because they want to do back testing. We normally don't provide any trial. The reason is this dynamic live is not only about the buy and sell signal, there are many more information in this. So without undergoing the training, you will not be able to understand anything. That is the reason we don't give trial. So when this buy signal came, now we are well prepared. We know one thing very clearly: before the buy signal, right at the top, previously there is a dynamic system caution signal. All right, and it is more powerful. Okay, it is trying to push the price downward. When the pressure is trying to be downward and now we are getting a buy signal, only thing that we want here is we want this buy signal to be a very clear buy signal. Okay, we normally tell dynamic members that check if this buy signal is without any caution. All right, so 2:30 in the afternoon on 23rd the buy signal came, but just 15 minutes before 2:15 in ID2 there was a zigzag at the top already. So zigzag signal at the top means the price can go down. So for that reason we did not do anything for this ID3 speed buy. We waited. We didn't even exit the short position. We waited. We know that the pressure is from the top downward. So as we waited, by 3 o'clock in the afternoon, again the price goes up further and the same ID2 long signal confirms a buy. It is as if the previous zigzag is broken. That is the meaning. ID2 long signal gave a buy. But just 5 minutes before 3 o'clock in ID1 there is a zigzag at the top. So one way or the other, wherever there is a buying opportunity coming, it is not a clear buying opportunity. There is something or the other blocking at the top, telling us that the price can go down anytime. So what we do here is we hold the short position. We don't take any long trade here and we wait. Now 23rd the market closes. Now when the market closes, normally what we do is before we get into the next day's trading, we do preparation. On a day-to-day basis, we prepare our trading plan. And in this trading plan, we saw that we also go check dynamic system, those of us who have it. So in dynamic system, we knew that if the price comes down through the dynamic system reports, if the price comes down and if it reaches 1130 or 1103, these are two important numbers from where the price can turn, which means those of you holding short positions, especially those of you holding a put option, this is the place where you have to secure your profits. We are already prepared, we know the right numbers and we are waiting. And 24th when the market opens, it opens more than 5% gap down. All right. Now something interesting happens in this gap down also. What happens is when the market opened gap down, it opens at around 1106. All right. Now we knew that 1103, 1130, it has opened below 1130, but it has come very close to 1103. Anyway, we are sitting on a very good profit. Those of us holding put option, secure your profits right at this bottom. All right. And by 9:55 in the morning, in intra-week at the bottom, there is a signal telling us that the price can reverse from here. Look at this information and just look at the market movement without this information. All right. When you look at the market movement without the information, before the gap down, what happened? Before the gap down, the price was making new high. It came down, but again it started going up. Anyone who is watching this price movement sitting in front of the trading terminal will very obviously be tempted to buy the stock because it is going up, is it not? But then all of a sudden the very next day it opens with a gap down. Now this is a surprise. This is a big surprise. I don't know what event or news, anything that happened externally, but then I didn't have to look at all these things, but normal traders do. But in spite of going through all those external details that you have, surprise is a surprise. When there is a gap down, every trader is surprised. You are taken back. But then those following dynamic live, We did not predict that there will be a gap down. We don't go behind predicting the market. We just follow what dynamic life tells us. So we have a short position before the gap down. That is all that matters. Because in that gap down, if you want to make profits, you must have a position before the gap down. And that's what we were able to do using this dynamic live. But then after the gap down, right at the bottom, again there is a signal. Now why is this signal important? Because normal traders, what they do is, previous day many people would have bought this because the price was going up. Now as soon as there is a gap down, all those buyers, they panic and they sell. And there are many people, they want to recover back the minus. So they want to continue the trade, expecting the price will go down further. They take a short position on 24th after the market opens. But then when it opened with a gap down by 9:55, dynamic live gives a signal at the bottom saying that it can reverse. Now obviously we already have a short position, we have secured the profit. This is the place where we can exit the trade and also take a long position. But then before we do that, we always try to understand the strength of the market movement. Alright. So from where did it come down? It came down from a dynamic major signal, and the signal at the bottom is a normal signal. Now when you compare these two strength, now the strength at the top is very high, which means there are chances it can break this. For that reason, what we do here is we just secure the profit and hold the short position. How long are we going to hold? What if the price goes up? Let it go up. Let ID1 long or ID3 speed signal anyone give us a buy. Then we will exit short and take a long. Only thing what will happen is our profit may reduce a bit. We are prepared for it. But then if it goes down, we don't want to miss it. Alright. So we wait for the entire day, 24th, whole day. We don't get any buy confirmation. So we hold on to the short position. Complete day the market remains flat. Okay, and next day, that is on 25th, what happens is price again opens with a gap down. Alright, again it opens with a gap down. But then previous day, one important point I forgot to tell you, that I told you 1130 and 1103. These were the important numbers. Now if the price has to go down further, it has to close below this. Okay, this is the plan. Now on the closing, the price closed above 1103, which means this point is still strong. There are chances the price can reverse. Okay, but anyway, we are holding on to a short position. Now next day, it again opens with a gap down. It is almost 0.7% gap down. Okay, and when it opens with a gap down, again something very interesting happens. Okay, now by 9:55 in the morning, now in this gap down, the price comes down, it makes a low of around 1077, and by 9:55 in the morning in dynamic live, the intra-week long signal action information, it says sell signal, wait and sell. It means sell signal has come, but please wait, don't sell this, because there is something happening behind the scene. It doesn't seem like going down, it may reverse from here. It may go up from here. Dynamic live is giving us this information automatically. Just imagine in your trading when you can get this kind of an information. Have you come across this kind of an information anywhere? Alright. Now I've been in this industry for close to almost 20 years now. I have never witnessed anything like this. And day after day, I always keep getting amazed by looking at this dynamic live, the kind of information that it provides us in the live market. So the moment it said sell signal, wait and sell, it means don't sell, the price can go up. Now we already have a short position in place. We are not going to take a fresh short position, but since we already have a short position and we are sitting on a very good profit, why don't we exit it? Because dynamic live is telling us it may reverse. So by 9:55 we can exit. When we exit, the price is already at 1088. From the low, it has slightly come up, not an issue. For us, we are already in a very good profit. So when we exit at 1088, it is almost more than 70 points profit in this particular trade. Before that, we had a buy trade where we exited with a minus, and that was almost 3 points minus. But this trade is a 70 points minus, profit trade. Normally when there is a minus trade, people prejudge, saying that okay, this is a minus trade, it doesn't seem to work, okay, and they keep changing. They keep trying and trial and error. They keep trying new things in stock market, new technicals, new indicators, or something new. Okay, the more you keep trying, what will keep happening is age will go, money will not come. This is for sure. Okay, so at this point we have exited. Now those who did not exit here, they may be waiting for a buy signal. If they waited for a buy signal by 12:30 in the afternoon, ID3 speed signal confirmed a buy. The price was at around 1097 change. Okay, even at this point one could have got into a long trade. So once the long is taken, the price starts going up as expected and it closes at 1106 on 25th. When it is closing, before it closed, when it initially came down, right at the bottom there is again a dynamic system caution, and this one is C4 and C7 strength. It is more powerful than the one at the top now. Okay, the strength has built up at the bottom. The buy information has come, no doubt, but just before the market closed, in ID3 there was a zigzag preparation at the top, and along with that it said sideways start sign. So when we know that sideways has started, it means the price can do some up and down movement at this point. So those of us who have bought a call option, you can book your profits here. Those of us who have bought futures, you can also exit at this particular point, wait for the sideways to end and then get into a fresh trade. Okay, by doing this, in this buy trade, it is almost 18 points profit captured if the entry was made at 1088. So 3 trades, it is almost, if you're trading in futures and options, one lot is almost 900 shares in this particular stock of Tata Consumers. Okay, and margin required for futures is almost 1,85,000 rupees. And in these 3 trades, starting from 22nd April to 25th April, it is almost 3 to 4 days. Now within this, it is almost more than 75,000 rupees profit earned using Dynamic Live trading in Tata Consumers. Alright, profit aside, the interesting thing here is even during these kind of complex market movement where normal traders keep getting confused each and every day, looking at each and every movement that is happening, okay, but those with the Dynamic Live, we are able to trade with complete clarity, because at every point, every turning point, it is giving us a signal where to enter, where not to enter. There are certain conditions here. Alright, these simple rules are making your job so very easy that you don't have to waste your time, put too much effort in predicting or analyzing the market movement. Dynamic Live does this all for you. Rest, your job is to only follow it and place order, enjoy your profits. I hope through this video you have got very good clarity, because when there is a gap down, normal traders say that it is trouble, but then dynamic members say that that's a boon. Alright, this is how we do it. So I hope you have enjoyed it. I hope you have got more clarity on how to trade when there is a gap up or a gap down in the market. Thank you.